So recently I did a poll on my community tab asking you guys what type of video you wanted to see next, and majority of you guys said you wanted to see me rank all of the current NASCAR tracks for the 2021 Cup Series season. Wow, that was a lot to say. But anyways, I am going to be ranking every single Cup Series track on this tier list. So you got the greats, solid racing, average slash can be boring, needs improvement, get rid of it now. I'm going to be ranking all the tracks from 2021, and yeah, it's going to see what they all fall under. So, starting off the list, we have Atlanta Motor Speedway, and this track I feel like goes under average because I feel like before I would have put it under solid racing, but ever since they introduced the 550 package, it just can be really, really, really boring. I mean, the restarts and everything, that's all great, but after about 15 laps of green flag racing, cars are all spread out. They can't pass. They're basically just full throttle all the way around. Just boring, dirty air just is a big factor. The track just does not put on great racing like it once did. Now here's a track I absolutely hate. I do not like Auto Club, so but I don't think it's objectively the worst track, so I'm gonna put under needs improvement, and that's exactly what's happening. It is getting improvement there, making it into a short track, I believe. So they're renovating the whole facility, making that track basically, or sorry, they're gutting basically the entire track and, building it from the ground up. So it does need improvement and it is getting improvement. Next up, we have Bristol Dirt. So I'm going to put under needs improvement. I like the idea of Bristol Dirt. I think, it was a very smart business decision by NASCAR. But the execution was just really off. There was so much dust flying up, it made it hard for drivers, almost impossible for drivers to see. It made it hard for fans watching in attendance. And the track just did not have enough moisture. The dirt was coming up. So, definitely a lot of areas they can improve on, and they should really make it a night race so that it's easier to, see at night with all the dust and everything. That's why, majority of the dirt races are run at night. So, a lot of improvement is needed for Bristol Dirt, but I do really like the concept of it. Next up is the normal Bristol Motor Speedway. It's one of the greats. Bristol Motor Speedway always puts on some great racing, so many memorable moments at that track. Bump and run is so iconic. Bristol Motor Speedway is just great in every single form, especially in the playoffs. It's amazing. Now, Charlotte Roval, I really want to put in the greats, but I haven't seen enough from it yet. It's been on schedule for a couple years. Racing is great and everything, so I'm just going to put it under solid. But I do love the Charlotte Roval. I do love road course racing. Road course racing is my favorite, but I'm just going to have to put it under solid for now. I believe it can be a lot better. Charlotte Motor Speedway, average can be boring. I'm not really going to go in depth with this. Really just the same thing as Atlanta. Full throttle the whole time, flat out. Just very boring. Definitely something I would not want to watch unless I was there in person watching the Coke 600 or something like that. And they took away the All-Star race. Circuit of the Americas, I really want to, put it up here solid. I really like Circuit of the Americas. I think it's a great facility, but needs improvement. Just because last year, with all the rain and everything, I get it. NASCAR can't really control that. But I think they should have just postponed the race. It was very, very ugly in the rain. Drivers were having a very hard time seeing with all the rain, coming from the cars from behind them. All that rooster tails, they were calling it on the Fox broadcast. But overall, I think it is a really great facility. And I don't know, I feel like it just needs improvement. Next up is Darlington. That's not even a question. Darlington, definitely one of the greats, one of the most historic NASCAR tracks. Throwback weekend, so many different things with Darlington that just make it so iconic. Darlington, definitely one of the best tracks on the schedule. Racing's great. Mother's Day was a huge success, and I just love Darlington. One of my favorite tracks. Really, actually, Throwback Weekend is number one for the tracks that I would like to visit. That is number one, like on my list of tracks I want to go to. Next up is Daytona. That's easily one of the greats. When you think NASCAR, you think of the Daytona 500, the biggest racing event in America of the entire year. Daytona 500 just really speaks for itself, and the race before the playoffs, like the final race of the regular season, genius. So much drama, so much that can go down. Daytona always puts on great racing. Easily one of the greats. So, I want to be a little biased to Dover just because it's my home track. It's about an hour and a half away from me. But I'm not really going to do that. I'm going to put it under average, can be boring. Definitely some good racing there at times, but depending on what package they're running, it can be pretty boring and pretty sluggish. A lot of single file, kind of hard to pass there, but as a fan, the experience there is great. Now, Homestead, I believe, is one of the best, if not the best, mile and a halves on the NASCAR schedule. It's great. I mean, I do love the fact that my boy Willie B got a win there, but Homestead is just really great. Always puts on very good racing. Championship weekend there was phenomenal. Hopefully they go back to Homestead in the future. I love, the whole night theme and everything. Just the 40 Go Boost 250. Everything about Homestead was amazing. And still is amazing. Great racing, best mile and a half. So this is the Indianapolis road course. If this was just a normal Indianapolis, I would definitely put it under needs improvement. But actually, I'm going to still put it under needs improvement. I did not like the road course. It does not feel like a crown jewel event. It does not feel special. It just does not really have that same energy that the old track gave off. Plus, the whole curb incident kind of costing some drivers the race. I don't know. It's pretty ugly. The racing there was alright. AJ Allmendinger got a win, so always got to love it. But the racing there was just okay at best. Kansas Speedway, I'm going to put it under solid. Kansas definitely one of the better mile and a halves on the NASCAR schedule. So, definitely solid. It's not great, but it's definitely not boring. Las Vegas is definitely solid. I would think about putting it in the greats, but the 550 package kind of ruined it for me. So, again, just going to put under solid. Martinsville is easily one of the greats. The bump and run there is so iconic. I went there in person. The fan experience isn't that great, but the track itself is amazing. You can see the whole thing. It's so short, so much beating and banging. The paperclip, everything about it is just amazing. I love Martinsville so much. And the first track that we need to get rid of is Michigan. I hate Michigan so much. One of my least favorite tracks, on the NASCAR schedule. Probably is my least favorite track. I can't stand Michigan. Think it's terrible. The racing there is not good. It's built like a super speedway, but it does not race at all like one. A lot of, just single file, drafting off each other, a lot of dirty air, extremely hard to pass. I don't know, it's just terrible racing. Only way I could put it. New Hampshire Motor Speedway, I'm putting average, can be boring. The thing with New Hampshire is, I feel like during the race, it can be meh. Like, during, the whole stretch of the race, it can be meh. But the finish, for some reason, at New Hampshire always seems to be great. Something about it, or there's always something memorable happening at New Hampshire, like the whole rain fiasco. And, the bump and run with Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick. I love the finishes and, the memories that are made in New Hampshire. But if I'm watching, stage 1 and 2, it's meh at best. Phoenix Raceway, I'm putting it under solid. I mean, the championship weekend's great there and everything. I do miss it at Homestead, as I did say. But it's pretty good at Phoenix. I don't mind it. Racing's alright. Pocono needs improvement. The packages at Pocono just do not work. Pocono is a huge, huge track. I've been there in person. Just not a lot of opportunities to pass. There's a lot of room, around the track, a lot of just drafting, high speeds. It's really just not the ideal, passing or just racing situation. But I mean, the racing's not great, but the fan experience there is very, very good. They have a great fan experience there for anyone who's going to the track. But the racing on track product definitely needs improvement. Next up, we have Richmond Raceway. It's average, can be boring. I went there for the first time on 9/11 in the playoffs this year, and I thought it was great. The whole 9/11, ceremony tribute thing, whatever they did, it was awesome. Like, it was a great experience. Definitely would go again, but I'm just gonna put it under average. The racing there is really not good. At times, it's alright, but I don't know, out of all the short tracks, it's definitely my least favorite. Next up is Road America. I'm putting it under solid. I love Road America. I thought that the 4th of July was amazing. Chase Elliott won this year. I've wanted Road America on the Cup Series schedule for so long. Looks like they had a great turnout this year. TV ratings were great. I hope to see Road America a lot more in the future. Sonoma Raceway is just very solid. Another road course. Decent racing. A lot of memories, like 2016. Just all around okay track. Not the best road course on the schedule, but definitely not the worst. Talladega is another one of the greats. Everyone loves Talladega. Huge, basically Daytona, but a little bit bigger, wider. Everything about Talladega is it just all screams chaos. Like, nothing says chaos better than Talladega. Next up, Texas Motor Speedway. I hate Texas. Racing is really bad. I heard that, the fan experience there is great and all, but as far as the on-track product, which is really what I'm grading here, no, it's pretty bad. And finally, my favorite track, go there every single year. Watkins Glen is one of the greats. Watkins Glen, so many memories. 2012, I believe it was. I don't know, 11 or 12. I'm getting it mixed up. Marcus Ambrose, Kyle Busch, and Brad Keselowski. Amazing finish. 2018, Chase Elliott got his first win. This year was a really good race with Kyle Larson getting a win, and the whole drama with Larson and Bell. It was just a great race, and it's always put on great racing. The stands there are always packed. The fan experience there is absolutely amazing. So I absolutely love Watkins Glen. Definitely one of the greats in my eyes. So thank you to everyone for watching this video. Tell me what other type of videos you guys would like to see in the comments below. Remember, if you do ever see any polls by me, please do respond. It does help me, see what kind of videos that you guys would like to see on the channel. And I noticed I've been getting a lot of new subscribers, new support on my videos lately. So thank you all a lot for that. Remember to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you are new. Tell me how you guys would change my list in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later.